I planned on doing this during the day today, but I got called into work, so you're going to have to deal with the ramblings of an exhausted retails person. Hello everyone, Ashley here. Welcome to another Swell video. During the month of November, Bethany, Elly and I all took part in the 1,000 Doors Readathon, so I decided to show you what I read through the month and what I thought throughout. For warning, the audio isn't great throughout the vlogs because smart brain me didn't remember to check where the microphone was on the phone as she was recording, so sorry. So instead I'm going to hopefully have good audio for this part to make up for it. I hope that made sense. I really should be going to bed.
Morning everyone, so I decided to join in on the 1,000 Door Readathon and I chose to go with Tasman's first prompt, which was Breaking Bad. Now I have never seen Breaking Bad and I only know surface level information.
When I say surface level information of Breaking Bad, I mean basically whatever Tasman said in her video. Like, I know so little about that show, and yet I stuck with the prompt because I wanted us to start on different prompts. Probably wasn't a good plan, but hey, I worked it out.
So I tried to find something with like the basic amount of knowledge that I did know. So what I do know about the show, besides drugs are involved, is that there is a tutor or teacher and professor and student relationship going on. So I decided I would read The Umbrella Academy. Not sure if I'm going to read all 3 that I currently have or just the first volume, but I'm going to be reading this for my first prompt. I'm currently getting ready for work, so if all goes well, I'll be able to finish this probably on my lunch break at work, and then we can start the second prompt when I get home.
6 hours later.
I'm home now from work. I read half of The Umbrella Academy on my lunch break, and I just read the second half while eating dinner.
So I only ended up reading the first issue of Umbrella Academy, and it wasn't because I didn't like it. It was just there's a lot of information that happens in the first issue. Imagine like the entire first season of the TV show if you've watched it, but like condensed. So I felt like that was a good place to stop it, and I'll keep reading them at another time. Vanya's motivation in the comics is a lot different to the TV series, and I think I need to read it again and properly think about the comparison between the two, because one is emotional based and one is more, here's a bunch of bad guys, want to join, which can work for her character. But I don't know, maybe I like the emotional one more. But I still gave it 4 to 5 stars because it's a cool comic. Go check it out.
So I'm going to check the next reading prompt and see where that leads me.
Why am I talking so fast? I was either on a high after work or I just wanted to get it over and done with, and I honestly can't tell you which is which.
So I just watched the next prompt video. I chose the 4 to 5 star door just because I love Umbrella Academy and I think it's a great graphic novel. The next prompt was I'm back. And this one wasn't a very hard choice for me, so I decided to go with The 49th Mystic by Ted Dekker. Now I chose this one because I love his work and the world that he has built within the Circle trilogy is amazing, and this book is one that came out this year or last year? 2018. This book he wrote in 2018, and it is to do with one of the characters from the story, but not in the way you'd think. So I'm very excited to return to this character, maybe return to the world that she joins. I don't know, but only one way to find out.
Alright, let me explain. The Circle trilogy were the first set of books that started this entire series. So the books Black, Red and White all star the same protagonist, Thomas Hunter. And what happens is when he falls asleep in our everyday modern world, he actually wakes up in a totally different world which has different rules, different problems, and the character in the 49th Mystic, she's actually named after one of the prevalent characters in the other world. And so when I first found out that this was coming out, I was like, oh, is it about her? Is it someone who's just named after her? Will she travel to the same magical world as Thomas? And I was very excited to find out.
3 days later.
Hay fever is the worst.
Hay fever is the worst, and I stand by that.
Morning everyone! We're now on the second week of the 1,000 Door Readathon, and I have about an hour before I have to get to work, and I thought I'd spend it by reading. I haven't gotten very far through the 49th Mystic yet, and that is because I felt mentally exhausted at the end of last week and didn't really have the motivation to read over the weekend. So did I spend the weekend playing SSX Tricky with my siblings? Yes, I did. I really want to get through it, and I don't want to start slowing down now, especially since we also have another book, the Swell Book Club, and I need to read that. At some point, I'm going to try and put it into one of the prompts, hopefully, but yeah. So, see how much I can get done in the next 40 minutes? So I read for about 30 minutes, got almost 100 pages through.
That's a lie. I got like 80 pages through, I just can't count.
And we'll head to work now. I will hopefully try and read some on the tram on the way home, and then depending on how much work I have to do when I get home, I will read some more then.
1 week later.
So it's been about a week. I forgot to check in since my last one, but that's because many things have happened. I wasn't feeling well, brain fog, many things. Anyways, got a bunch of reading done for the 49th Mystic. I am about 70 pages to the end, which is pretty close. I did a bunch of reading over the weekend. I tried to listen to the audiobook tonight because I remembered my dad had it, and it wasn't great. She reads real slow.
Yeah, that audiobook really wasn't my favourite. Normally I don't think I'm too picky when it comes to audiobooks, but I don't know, the way she read it, I did not enjoy it. It was slow. There wasn't much emotion involved, and I think her accent was too strong, and it felt a bit abrasive, and it was hard to focus on anything but her voice. It felt like I was listening to a uni lecture. I had to speed her up because she was talking way too slow.
So now I have about 70 pages left, so I'm going to try and get that all done tonight or tomorrow morning / afternoon, depending on the circumstances. So I'll let you know. So it's now the next day.
I hope you also enjoy that I just always get into my pajamas after I finish work. So you're going to see the same shirt for a little while, over and over and over again.
I didn't manage to finish the book. However, I only have about 20 pages left, so I'm going to finish it tonight, and then we'll move on to the next prompt. Just finished the book.
If I'm speaking really quietly in any of these clips, it's because A, I am an embarrassed little person, and B, people are asleep. Kind of like now, except I have the microphone. I got the microphone close to my mouth here, whereas in the other clips it was also the camera. So, apologies for that.
I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's one of my absolute favourites of Ted Decker's, but it's right up there. It's got good stuff, and it's leading. Oh, so many things.
Okay, so my thoughts on the 49th Mystic. I really enjoyed it. Like I said in the clip, not my all-time favourite of his, just because the Circle trilogy really close to my heart. I'm excited to read the next one. There is a second one. Sometimes it's a bit in your face, but at the same time I was like, that's needed to bring the point across, you know?
So the question I have to go off is, did I guess where I was going? And no. I mean, a couple things here and there, but no. So find out what the next one is. Okay, so this next prompt is something that's like Marvel. Let me take you over to the shelf. Welcome to my bookshelf and my floor. So this part here is my comic section. I actually have Marvel comics, so kind of on the nose to pick that one. I have DC comics, which I think would be hilarious to do for this prompt. And then I have other comics. I don't know if I want to do a book just because I have to do the book club read as well, so I'm thinking if I do a comic read, that'll be quick and easy. So after looking through the comics and everything, I think what I'm going to go for is Beautiful Canvas by Ryan K. Lindsay. He is a local Canberra author and does awesome things. You should really check his stuff out. So what Beautiful Canvas is about is it's about a hitman who has to go through kind of an existential crisis about life and the value of life, and her partner having a child while she's off killing people, and it's just a really interesting concept. I have technically read the first one, but I didn't finish it, and I really should have because It's really good. I just keep forgetting about it because it's on the bottom shelf. But I have 3 others to read, so I'm going to read all 3. We'll probably finish it tonight because they're not long. Otherwise, we'll check in tomorrow.
Later that same evening.
Yes, it is the same night. I know, surprising. She checked in again. She's getting better. Amazing. If you haven't yet read his stuff, what are you doing? Especially if you're a local. Amazing. They're short, sweet. I also love his little tangents at the end where he gives a bit of behind the scenes about how he's feeling. Just, like, writer spiel.
Thoughts on Beautiful Canvas? I think I summed it up pretty well in the video. It's amazing. Between the writing and the artist's interpretation of what he wanted through it, it's so good.
They're short, sweet, and I'm upset that there's not more than 4.
I do think it was a good idea that I did 2 comics during the 1 month because, as I mentioned, I don't do a lot of reading during 1 month. I maybe do a book or 2 in a month, but like this was a lot of reading for me, and I thoroughly enjoy it because I enjoy reading, but it also takes a lot of mental power. The thing that I'm low on currently.
Anyways, the question for this prompt was, do you like the main character? And this is a tough one because she's a full-on grey area person. She kills people, but she has morals, kind of. I'm really not sure where I sit with her. So I think I'm going to have to go with the kind of route. See what happens.
Thousands of tears later.
Arguably the best prompt that I've gotten yet. Not just because it hasn't asked me to read, but not just because there's mythology involved. She said we could dress up and take a photo, and the cogs are spinning. I was like, oh cool, I'll just take a shot. No. Okay. The easiest one would be Ares, god of war in Greek mythology, but I'm also thinking maybe the balance of good and evil. Okay. So Dyke or dice is pronounced both ways, and I don't know what's correct, so we'll get back to that. But it's the goddess of justice and the spirit of moral order and fair judgment. I think that's what we're going for. Oh no, but then I have to think of an outfit. Guys, if you know me, you know this is either a great idea or a really bad idea. Alright, time to do some research and organize a quick photo shoot.
Eventually.
Update time! So last time I checked in was when I got the prompt about the god and goddess and matching it to a book or a protagonist. In the past 2 days, I rushed and put together a really quick photo shoot, borrowed a dress off Bethany, thank you Bethany. Insert photos here. Thoughts? This photo shoot was the fastest I've ever done. That's not true. So anyway, I'm just going to sit here in case editing me continues to just throw random photos in. Anyways, that was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I may have just felt really powerful in a pretty dress holding a sword, and that was okay too. And then I may have gotten creative with some of the other photos, but you know what, it was really fun. Blindfolded myself, that was entertaining. Have you ever tried to take photos of yourself while also being blindfolded while also carrying a sword? Didn't really think that one through. It probably would have been good to get some behind the scenes footage of my actual photo shoot setup, but as mentioned, I had a very small window to work in. I had to set up, get my makeup, hair, costume done, take the photos, then take it all down again before anyone came home. But it's like I set myself a challenge to get done, and I did. They walked through the door just as I was taking my makeup off, so. Anyways, let's check out the next prompt. Okay, I have to choose something based off spirit. Now there are many different ways I can go about this, so I'm gonna hunt around my shelf and we'll get back to this. Okay, this prompt was also really easy for me to pick. I don't know what it is. Bethany, take some notes, I guess. Bro, did you just throw shade at someone that you have a partnership with? Come on now. That takes some guts. We're clearly getting more confident in front of the camera if that's what we're saying. But the book I chose was Women Don't Owe You Pretty by Florence Gibbon. I first heard about this off Tasman's channel, and then I went to the bookstore the day after and it was just there and I instantly grabbed it because A, the cover, just take that in, and B, just I love books like this, you know, give me strong, independent women, give me good advice, give me things to build me up, and I think this fits perfectly the spirit. So I'm gonna try and read this while also reading the book for the book club.
Hi everyone, it's now Friday, so it's been a week since I checked in.
It's fine, time's a construct. Who's really keeping check? Not me, clearly.
I don't know. Anyways, I really need to finish this by Monday. Monday is when the readathon ends. And I'm maybe a quarter of the way through, maybe a third. I don't have work for another 5 hours, so I'm going to try and get as much reading done as I can before I have to get ready.
Morning. So yesterday when I said I was going to read before work, I did for 10 minutes and then other things happened.
I was going to ask you to play that and I could sit here.
I need to read for a bit.
It's the ultimate book. Oh, there's more of that sentence. Oh, the pictures?
Yep.
Okay, fine, I'll read it.
So I didn't get as much reading done as I wanted to, but in the evening when I came home from work, got a bunch of reading done, so I only have about 70 pages left. I'm going to try and finish it today. I'm done. Why are you whispering? I don't think anyone could have heard you. Okay, thoughts on Women Don't Owe You Pretty? I need to find a new adjective besides amazing. I loved it. I loved Women Don't Owe You Pretty. I love the way Florence writes. She writes in such a blunt way. I was telling Bethany about this because I gave her the book like immediately afterwards. I love how blunt she is and how she writes and how she just gives you face value and she's like, this is what you need to know. Here it is, not going to sugarcoat it. And that was really refreshing and I really enjoyed it. If you haven't read it, would 100% recommend. So overall thoughts of the readathon, I really enjoyed doing it. I thought it was great. I got so much reading done in 1 month. I didn't think it was actually possible for me to do it. I really don't have an excuse anymore to not finish a book or two. Hopefully if they do another 1,000 Doors readathon, we'll do it again. I will hopefully try and check in more often because I will know what I'm doing this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Comment down below if you were in the readathon or what book you would have wanted to read. Follow us on all the social media links down below. I'll also link the starting videos to the readathon if you want to complete it this month. There's no one telling you can't complete it in December just because we start in November. The videos aren't going anywhere, so do it whenever you want. Buy a copy of our debut gift book, I Love You More Than, or simply let a friend know we exist. Have a lovely day.
Ah!